What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Marvel Revisited. Of course, the podcast where me and these two fine gentlemen, we get together and rewatch every MCU movie in order. That's right.
We didn't talk to Eric. By the way, he's Eric.
Yeah, he's Eric. He's Nate.
That's Winston.
I'm Winnie.
Actually, it's different on my screen, so.
Oh.
But he's the one recording.
I'm the one recording.
Since Phase 4 is going to end with the next film or the next two films?
The next theatrical release is Wakanda Forever, and then it's also including the She-Hulk Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're just going to roll right into Phase 4.
Yep. We're just going to go right into it. So stick around, hit that bell, hit the subscribe. We're going to do a lot. We're just going to keep rolling the MCU train.
Star Wars is delayed.
Star Wars has been officially delayed by those who geek. Sorry.
Who knows?
Everybody.
Maybe after we freaking truck through all the MCU shows, I'll truck through the Clone Wars.
Hey, that would be dope. Yeah, well, because at least our plan is to watch through all the MCU shows because they're so important. So it's gonna take a little while to get through some of those shows, but we're gonna get through it.
What maybe we could get the audience involved. Like what do we think they could do that would make me watch Clone Wars?
Leave comments in every video that we have. Just say Nate Clone Wars.
3.
That's it. That's all we need.
Even like 3.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe there's things like you guys could do that could make me watch Clone Wars.
I doubt it. We've already tried convincing him for years. He's like, I don't like the art style. Dude, I'm freaking watching Rebels and rewatching Rebels.
So
the
terrible.
Art style bothers me less. And that story is just so fantastic, dude. So good. So.
Maybe I should make
anyways,
you finish Stranger Things, and then maybe I'll agree to watch Rebels.
There we go.
There you go. I'll do it. We started season 3. We watched the first episode and we were like,
really?
yeah. So I don't know.
Billy didn't do nothing for you?
Billy?
Yeah, dude.
Which one's
it
that
happens in the first season of episode 3.
Really?
Oh, the dude dying?
Yeah, it's all hoary and it's cool.
Yeah.
I will say after rewatching season 3, season 4 is better. So season 3 isn't my favorite because season 3, it's a good build up, but it builds up. Season 4 does not build up. It's like, we're in it, let's go.
Oh, sweet.
It's good. Good.
Anyways, this isn't Stranger Things. What movie are we revisiting, Eric?
So many people just logged off.
Yeah.
All one of them.
Yes. Today on Marvel Revisited, unfortunately, we will be discussing.
Disgusting.
It makes sense.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Captain Marvel.
That is correct.
Have you seen The Gray Man, Eric? It just came out on Netflix.
No.
You should watch it. It's good. Have you heard of it?
It's good.
Just the name.
It's the Russo brothers directing, and it's starring. It's not starring Chris Evans. He's the main villain,
Ryan Gosling,
but it's starring Ryan Gosling. Yeah. Ryan Baby Goose.
Ryan Baby Goose.
Okay.
But speaking of directors, this one is directed by Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. They are also the writers, of course, joined by Geneva Robertson. Geneva Robertson, thank you. This movie was released March 8th, 2019, with a runtime of 124 minutes, budget of $175 million, box office of $1.1 billion, and it is also
that much money.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It is also the 21st MCU film. We're getting there, guys. I think they're on 35 or something now. 34 or
And
something
right
like
Is it
that.
really that much?
Was it right after Stan Lee passed away too? Right?
Might as well get into it.
Yes. So introducing marvelous facts, Eric.
This is going to be our last fact, but Eric had to blow it right in the beginning.
Well, I do. Marvelous fact.
Thank you. Yes, this was the first film in the MCU to be released after Stan Lee's death. Of course, that is why there is that that beginning MCU
All Stan
logo,
Lee
and it's all
cameos.
Stan Lee. Very sad. Very sad.
Yes, this was right
R.I.P.
after I killed him
Yes.
after Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yep. Nate proved the world right.
What?
Okay. Well, let's get into it, guys. Eric, how many times have you seen Captain Marvel? Did anything change rewatching it?
This is definitely, for sure, my second time watching it. Feel the same. Like, it was not mind-blowing. There's nothing about this movie that's really mind-blowing. It's not a bad movie, but there's some slow parts in it for me, and so yeah, it's okay. And I feel the same way as I did before when I saw it.
Cool. All right. Nate, how many times have you seen Captain Marvel? Did anything change rewatching it?
I want to say twice, but I just remember it so vividly. I wonder if it's because it hasn't been that long. What's it been, like 3 years? I guess it has been a while, hasn't it? But I just remember it so vividly. It makes me think that I maybe did watch it a third time, and I just don't remember. I think this is kind of like one of the Thor situation where it's like when I watched the first time, I thought it was good, I thought it was fine, and then years went by of people trashing on it. I thought, oh, man, this movie's terrible. And then I watched it again. I was like, it's really not that bad. I think it's very similar to that, where it's like, watched it, thought it was fine. I remember being a little bit disappointed. I remember talking to Kaylin while we watched it, because like I remember they were trying to sell this as like she's going to be one of the new big three. You know, it's like Spider-Man, her, and I don't know who else, somebody else. Shang-Chi, I don't know. And so I was expecting that. I was like, yeah, I want something that's like going to blow me away, that's going to make me love this character, like really root for this character. So that was a little disappointing because that didn't happen. And then, yeah, like just as the years went by, like I think a lot of this film definitely, I'll get into it more in a minute. But yeah, I don't think out of that, not much has changed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and for me, of course, I'm right with Eric. This is definitely my second time watching it. I watched it once in theaters, and then I saw it again, and not much changed. Like, it's a very, it's a very mediocre movie in my opinion, but it is a shame because they did, like Nate was saying, they talked about this character like she was going to be, you know, replacing Captain America or you know, like she's going to be the next big hero, you know, the leader of the Avengers and everything. And now, like, I had no past comic book knowledge with Captain Marvel. I still really don't, but I've learned a lot more through, you know, other people talking about it and everything. And I've kind of come to the conclusion that this just might not be my type of character, just because of like, there's a lot of stuff in the comics as well. I was like, man, I do not like that story. I do not like that character. I don't like the way that person is acting.
Yeah, but like Captain America in the comics, even trash character.
Sure, but
you know, so they could have reinvented this character, and unfortunately, they did change a significant amount. But and I mean, if you want, we can get into it now.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, let's get into it.
I do think this film does a lot of things right. I do think this is above average CG from Marvel.
Whoa.
That whole explosion where she gets her powers in slow motion, like phenomenal. And her powers look good.
Yep.
I think her powers look good. The ships look good. Those missiles look good. The de-aging.
Very good.
It has moments where it's a little wonky, but it's very easy to forget and just like, so I think the best de-aging up to this point. The CG is definitely, I think, above. I'm not saying it blows me away, but for a Marvel film, I think it's above average because we've seen a lot of just CG fest. And I didn't get that from this, and I really appreciate that. I think her suit looks good as well. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. We'll talk about it when we get to CGI. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the lore, I think this does a lot to help the lore as well. It does a lot of detail stuff with the Kree, because the Kree are a pretty big deal. We get to see Ronin again, and I liked that.
A little bit of younger Ronin
Yeah,
with the peach fuzz. No, I was kidding.
and then like I like the Skrull. I really like. He's not really the villain, but Talos. I like that
Talos.
actor, Ben Mendelsohn. He's a phenomenal actor. Shout out to Bloodlines, older Netflix show where he kills it. But I think he's great. Samuel Jackson's pretty solid. Honestly, I don't think. Okay, let's talk about it. This film, I think a lot of the reason why it gets bagged on is because it's pandering to female and female empowerment. And I can understand why that's annoying, and I can understand why that's cheap. But like Kaylin kept saying it, and I kept asking myself, like, would this be bad? Would this annoy me if it was a man doing it? And me personally, I try my best to not be, to be equal and be fair. But I think, if I'm asking myself that, I think there is a huge amount of male viewers that are just hating on her and hating on this film because she's a woman.
Really?
I think, and because I think when you talk to a lot of people and they say, "Hey, where's Captain Marvel?" They say it's towards the bottom. And I can't see it. When I think of the Hulk, when I think of Thor: The Dark World, it's like this is
Not that
clearly
well.
better. This
Yeah,
is
not that
clearly better than those films.
Sure.
Like I said, I think this is much more a middle of the road. And honestly, what I think kills this film the most is just like the decision to just make her like a Superman character. Because when I was thinking like, why do I not root for her that much as other characters? It's like she's basically just like Superman. It's like, oh, how do I solve this problem? Just be stronger, just have more power, and that's boring. But yeah. So I think that's very real, and I think that we should keep that in mind. That like people are extra negative on this because of the feminine aspect, and I think that's very stupid.
Oh yeah. If that is what you're talking about, like, oh, I don't like Captain Marvel because it's a girl. Like, who wants to watch that? Like, that's really,
I think it's more complicated than that. Ultimately, what you said is what is happening.
Yeah.
But I think because it's a girl doing it, they're subconsciously being like, "That's stupid. That's
Really?
stupid." They're more critical of it.
Oh.
Whereas if it was just a generic dude, they'd be way more, "Oh, it's just a generic movie," instead of like, "No, it's not good because it's stupid because of this, 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 this." I think they're harder on it because it's a female empowerment film. I know they don't do it perfectly, and there's valid criticisms to be made, but at the same time, it's not fair to treat it worse, to treat it harsher.
Yeah. No, most of my issues, like, I feel like Carol Danvers is a very uninteresting character, but she's not bad, Like, honestly, the biggest things I have, like, my biggest gripes about this movie are the way that they handle, the plot point. So I'm not a huge fan of the way that they do Nick Fury in this movie, because it doesn't feel like Nick Fury to me. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the, like, continuity errors that there are in this. Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, logically, this person wouldn't be doing this. And, like, that's mainly my issues. It's not like, God dang it, Carol Danvers again? Captain Marvel again? Oh. No, it's just like, you're right. She's a Superman character. So it's just like,
what if you like Superman? You should like this character.
Yeah, like
it's kind of that simple.
It's like, okay, you have a problem. What are you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna shoot my blasts at my beams at it or whatever. And it's like, okay, but like even when she's like, oh, who am I and everything, it's like, oh no, I'm just a person that shoots beams. Like, that's who I am.
Yeah, I think there was a missed opportunity. Because again, like they're like I said, they talk a lot about how there's all through her whole life. People were saying she can't do it and she's not good enough. And it's like, I wish they would have really doubled down on that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't have to be graphic, but like really be like, no, like she was abused, whether it's by her father or whether it was in the academy, and like she rose above and became somebody dope, even though that happened to her. Like, man, I would root for her so much more if they really doubled down. But instead, they kind of just like, oh, her dad was a jerk. The guys at the academy were a jerk. They were just jerks to her. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not fair and it's sexist and it's not cool. But it's like, man, they're not giving her enough power. You know, like how much more power and how much more would we root for her if it's like, yeah, she really rose above and proved all these people wrong.
Yeah.
Because instead of like, you know, she's overcoming something difficult, it's like, no, she's just dealing with idiots.
And
know?
like you're totally right. Like, give her more power, and we're not talking about like physical power.
Yeah.
Because I feel like one of the best scenes of the whole movie is when he's like, "All right, this is the moment. Knock me down. Don't use your power."
I love
and then
that movie too.
She blasts him away, and then she's like, "I don't need to play by your rules." I'm like, awesome.
I don't need. I have nothing to prove to you. And like, yes, that is 100%
so cool.
true.
But like the whole movie, they're just saying, "You're too emotional. You're too emotional. And I'm like, I agree. Like she is. She's doing all these. Like she doesn't let anybody like with when she gets the scrolls, she immediately just starts blasting people away, and then like when she gets to Earth, she's just like causing havoc and everything because she's just one track mind. And I'm like it's fine, but give us why she's like that. You know? Okay, she's emotional. Okay, she's you know, she's very sporadic. You know,
and then. Another route they could have gone is like, hey, she doesn't have her memory. Like, give me like a Born Identity storyline. You know, give me like a storyline where it's like, hey, this is a character that does not remember their past and how much that messes with them. You know what I mean? Like, cause like think about that. Think how would you act and how would you feel if like you woke up tomorrow and couldn't remember anything before? You know?
Yeah.
Like even if you lived like another couple years, you'd still be like, you'd be obsessed about who you were, what happened, who you left behind. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like use that, you know, give that some more interesting story. So yeah, you know, it just stinks. I think they just went too soft, too by the numbers. I know that there's a marvelous fact talking about some of the struggles this character has in the comics, and it's like, hey, that would have been interesting, you know?
Oh yeah. Please let me find it real quick.
I love like throwing Winston the hot potato, seeing if he's ready.
Nope, definitely not. You know, I've got a whole thing here. So, marvelous facts. Introducing another marvelous fact.
Marvelous fact.
Thank you. I am sorry, Eric. You haven't talked like at all this whole time. It's just me and Nate. So it's like three together. It's all about Carol Danvers. To prepare for her role as Captain Marvel, Brie Larson trained for 4 hours a day over 9 months, learning judo, boxing, and wrestling. She also visited Nellis Air Force Base and met with the active duty airmen, including Brigadier General Jenny.
Brigadier.
That's what I said.
Brigadier
General Jenny Levitt and Thunderbird's pilot Major Stefan Del Bagno, who died in a crash and whom the movie pays tribute in the credits. He and other members of the unit have given Brie Larson the call sign Sparrow. Carol Danvers' pilot sign in the movie, of course, is Avenger in the film, which Nick Fury names the heroes and who he founds to protect the Earth. I'm sorry. In the comics, Danvers took the call sign Cheeseburger. Great. It's great.
Classic.
Yeah. And this is the one that Nate was talking about. In the original comics, Carol was an alcoholic. The screenwriters had to omit this characteristic to make her more feasible to the audience.
Palatable, I think, would have been a better word.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's like you have these struggles to make this person seem more, you know, three-dimensional. And they're just kind of like,
I know,
not
right?
with that.
There's so many options, you know, and they play it too safe, and It's why she's, like you said, uninteresting.
Yep. Anyways, we've been talking way too long to not start listing some stuff. So, MCU importance, gentlemen. Where do we think this ranks in MCU importance? Where should I start? Beginning, bottom half, top half? What do you think?
I think you can start in the middle. Like I said, a lot of the Kree and a lot of the space stuff is pretty important. Dude, there's another
It's not
thing,
important
like,
yet, is the thing. Like, we've never come back to that. No, I think the next time we might go back to that is in Guardians.
let me think. I mean, they give us so much background on like who the Kree are, where Ronan came from, like because they say in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, oh, he's like a religious zealot psychopath, and like you can see it because like the rest of the Kree dress like normal space civilization, and then he's like a pope.
Yep. And another marvelous fact for you, since we're talking about the Kree, as a large portion of the film is set in space, and presumably because the Kree use similar technology, the iconography of location displays within the film, when shown on screen, is very similar, if not identical, to the location displays from the Guardians of the Galaxy films. So that shows you how much of the Kree has like conquered of the galaxy. If like the Guardians are just like, oh yeah, this is what we use to read. It's Kree glyphs.
Yeah. And they also like answer some of your questions about like the Kree and like their power levels and all that. Like, because Carol is a human, and then she gets a blood transfusion with Kree blood, and then she becomes a Kree. So in the MCU, basically anybody that can accept a Kree blood transfusion is a Kree and will have Kree aspects about them, which is like heightened strength. That being said, I think there is still like a window. Like you can be, once you're a Kree, like I think you're stronger than an average human and you live longer. But I think if you go like the Rock route, then that's how you end up like somebody like Ronan, who's like super powerful.
Yep. Okay.
They are true blue bloods.
Yes.
I'm blue. Abadi abadai. Number 10 for MCU importance is Thor Ragnarok. Above or below?
Got to be below, right? Like Odin dies in that. Like that is huge.
Okay. Under that is Thor.
Below that.
Under that is Ant-Man.
Oh man, see, I think we're getting close. I think the quantum stuff is still more important.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree.
But we're getting close.
13 is Captain America.
We're below that. You know, we got the Tesseract for the first time.
Number 14 is Iron Man 2.
Okay.
I think right there.
Yeah, because Iron Man 2 gives us like, oh, Tony is healed and it gives us a lot of shield stuff. You know, it gives us what's her face? Black Widow. Kind of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd put that over.
Yeah, I agree. Sure. Yeah.
So it's above Iron Man Dose.
So
honestly, I feel like this film is gonna rank very close to Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3 almost across the board.
Yeah.
Because I think it's very equivalent to like that quality of film.
Oh yeah, I'd agree with that.
And it's funny because like when you think of Iron Man 2 and you think of Iron Man 3, it's like they're not great, but I like them. You know what I mean? But then when people think of Captain Marvel, it's like, ugh, you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, dude. Sexism's there. I'm just calling it.
So that makes it the new number 14 in MCU importance. Now we go with the really weak one. Think about the villain.
Who even is the villain?
Like, I think Jude Law's character.
It's technically Jude Law.
Yeah.
Feels so bad because I love Jude Law. It's a waste of a character.
It's weird to see him as a villain.
He's so weird. Because he's like not even really a villain.
Well,
You know, he's kind of just like a man on a mission, and he's like manipulating her, but not because he's evil. Like I don't think he'd ever kill her. You know what I mean?
It's obvious that he still cares about her.
Bro, did you hear about the rumors on who was going to be the villain for the Ironheart show? The actor, this is rumors by the way, that's going to play the villain is going to be young Han Solo from the Solo film.
Oh.
And he's going to reprise the role, rumor, Ezekiel Stain.
No
Yeah,
way.
it's the rumor right now, bro. They heard you.
They listen to our podcast. Thanks, guys. God, I sure hope so.
So,
That
I
character
hope
is
so
just
too.
he's like he was definitely fit the best for Iron Man 3, but I'd be happy to have him in the MCU at all.
And I like that actor a lot.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Do you
He's a
remember
good
his
actor.
name?
I don't remember. I think he did a decent job.
Yeah, Solo was just impossible. Like
Yeah.
it's impossible.
They give him an impossible task, and that was like his
For
first
what?
big movie too, I think.
Yeah.
For what he had to do, I think he did a decent job.
Like he was entertaining.
You just can't be
Yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
You can't.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
MCU
So
villain.
villain.
Yes, I think I should start from the bottom,
so
right?
weird, bro.
Is for
Okay,
what?
so is he bad? You know, like when he's on screen.
Barely a villain, dude.
I
Yeah,
know,
he's
his
bad.
lines.
As a villain, he's
No,
bad.
but listen, but like when he's on screen and his lines, like they're not bad. You know, they're just there. I don't know. I have no idea how to rank this guy.
What about? Do we feel like the Supreme Intelligence is more of a villain in
But
this?
I
Then
feel like that's even worse. By the way, that is another really interesting route they could have gone with. Like the entire Kree society is controlled by an AI. Like, tell me about that dystopia.
Yep, that would make
But
sense.
no, I guess not.
And okay, so is the Nova Corps also part of the Kree?
No,
Okay.
different societies,
Okay,
different civilizations.
because they still have like that star logo, you know. So I was all like, are they part of the Nova or yeah?
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they are. In the comics, they're not, but maybe they are connected somehow.
Yeah.
it's a circle of life.
No, bro, they're disconnected because the Nova Corps was fighting the Kree Empire, and then they have the peace treaty, and that's when Ronan gets pissed off and attacks the Nova Corps anyway.
That is very true. Yes, you are
No,
correct.
they are separate.
Okay. I'm gonna start from Malekith. Okay, Malekith. He's at the very
Better than
bottom, number 19.
Malekith is stupid and annoying.
Above Malekith.
Better than
for sure.
Malekith.
Above Aldrich Killian. What do we think?
Again,
He's
Aldrich
bringing
Killian
up
is
the
like
tattoos again.
he's stupid and annoying. You know, like yeah, he has the tattoos, but other than the tattoos, he's like stupid and annoying. So it's so weird because like Winston's right, like terrible villain. Like he's not a villain, like he sucks. But at the same time, I'm not offended when I see his character or he talks. Like he's just there.
Mhm.
The hand-to-hand combat wise,
Yeah, like that was
he is
cool.
up there. He's up there. Like I think that's why he's like, "Come on, Carol, let's do this." And then she's like, "Boom, no,
Yeah.
It's like a
You'll-
nerd.
you'll still beat me."
I don't need you.
I don't know. I think he maybe goes above Aldrich, but like next one's Ghost from Ant-Man 2. I think he's
Yeah.
under Ghost.
Ghost is like closer to a villain. You know, also kind
she's-
of not a villain though as
But
well.
she's more three-dimensional than he is. Like
Yeah,
and
he's just
she's
a
got more
soldier.
stuff. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I feel like Jude Law has barely any screen time.
Yeah, very brief
I feel
screen
like
time.
Minerva is more of a villain because she's like actively hostile to
Right?
Carol like the entire film.
Yeah, I never liked you. Speaking of Minerva, another marvelous fact.
Eric.
What?
Marvelous fact.
What? Oh, marvelous fact!
Gemma Chan, who plays Minerva, also co-stars as Cersei in Eternals.
Same actress.
Same actress. She's got two. She's one of the rare two MCU appearances.
Two time. And like two speaking named roles as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Who are the other ones?
Well, technically, if you want to, well, Luke Cage, I guess, is now MCU canon. So there's the
Luke Cage?
yeah. So the like lady who's in the hallway in Civil War.
Oh yeah, that lady.
She's in
Yeah.
Luke Cage as well.
Great actress. She's in The Gray Man on Netflix right now.
Star. Brought to you by The Gray Man on Netflix.
Plugging away.
What's her name? She's got a cool name. I don't remember it.
I can't remember either. Anyways, that sets freaking.
I guess Mahershala Ali counts as well since he's Blade
Yeah, not yet, but yeah, he will count.
and then Cottonmouth.
What's his name again? I forgot his name.
Mouse?
Freaking Jude Law. We're ranking Jude Law.
Watson?
Yes, Watson. That's gonna go on there. No, I'm just kidding. Going number 18. That's not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
This movie's just weird.
And then the
With
one,
the villain.
yes, very weird with the villain. Then the one that I have been looking forward to talking about, CGI. But before we do, a few marvelous facts for you.
A few marvelous facts.
Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, and Clark Gregg, Phil Coulson, were digitally de-aged in order for their characters to look like their younger selves, since the movie is set in 1995. This was the first time Marvel did de-age characters for an entire movie. They previously used this tactic for Ant-Man, Civil War, Guardians, Ant-Man and the Wasp, but only for flashback scenes. They also did it for Tony when he was presenting to his college,
That's Civil War.
Yes.
And I think they nail it every time pretty much.
Yeah. Yep.
No, there's ups and downs. Tony looks a little weird in Civil War.
No, for this movie.
Oh, for this movie.
I'm talking about in general as a whole.
Okay.
I don't know, because have you seen Downey's any Downey's work when he was younger?
Yeah, but still, bro, like it's so smooth, bro. Like nobody's skin is that smooth, dude.
It is.
Downey's is. It's Downey soft.
Set
me up.
I think his eyes were kind of weird too. They're like super bright.
No, that's just Downey.
I think so. You're right. The de-aging in this movie really good. A lot of the scroll stuff looks really good. Her powers look really good. But there is this. I remember watching it in theaters and being like, "This is bad. This is bad."
Is it the cat? Is it the cat?
The cat looks bad
has
sometimes.
some weird moments.
No, but it's right when she's falling down to earth, and then she like opens her eyes and they all become like yellow, and she like flies away.
Yeah.
And then as she's going up into space, defeating all the things, I think like especially the one where she's falling looks so bad. It looks like a PS4 rendered character. Like it just drives me crazy. And I'm like, okay, all these other things can look good, and we have seen so many good things from the MCU. And this was the first time that I was in the theater being like, this looks like 5 steps back. How did this happen, And now we're seeing it more and more.
We have to remember the rhinos. It happens.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're not infallible.
No. And yeah, like the model isn't great. I don't think it's that bad as you feel it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I do agree, like it's not great.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think like I can't remember if I think I said this earlier. It's above average, I feel, for MCU films.
You told me that, yeah.
Because a lot of these MCU films are just CG fests, and I do not get that vibe from this film. So I appreciated that.
So, where are we going to rank CGI?
Start in the middle.
Start in the middle. Iron Man, number 10.
It's not as good as Iron Man.
Winter Soldier, number 11.
It's not as good as Winter Soldier.
Iron Man 2, number 12.
Okay, we're getting close. The suit, I think, is the only thing that... Yeah, the suit, I think, is the only thing that keeps it above.
What do you think, Eric?
I'm always going to pick Iron Man over anything. No, yeah, I agreed. Keep going.
Okay, so Iron Man 3, number 13.
We're so close here, bro. Yeah, it's like give or take. Because like, I don't know, man. These are like almost equal. What's the next one?
Age of Ultron is number 14.
I could see it above Age of Ultron.
I won't be mad about it.
What's the next one?
Thor Ragnarok. Fenrir looked really good in Thor Ragnarok, just saying.
No, he didn't. The wolf?
Did sometimes, yeah.
The Hulk looked good. The Hulk looked good, bro.
Yeah, the Hulk looked good too.
I think Ragnarok definitely has more of the like CG fest in it. So I think we're gonna put it above Ragnarok.
Are you okay with that, Eric?
What was the one above that again?
Age of
Ultron?
Ultron.
I say above Age of Ultron.
Nah, dude. Think about how good the Hulkbuster looked. And then Ultron had his moments where he looked really good, I feel like. Hey, man, if you guys disagree, you disagree.
Mm-mm. I want it as low as possible because that one scene just drives me crazy, dude.
All right, so it's gonna go
Above Thor
Above Thor.
Ragnarok, making it the new
I'm
number
okay with that.
15.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And since we were talking about suits, another quick marvelous fact for you.
marvelous.
While Monica Rambeau is choosing a new color for Carol Danvers' suit, we can see many references. We see a red and yellow suit, the colors worn by DC's Captain Marvel, currently known as Shazam, a black and gold suit, the colors of Carol Danvers' Miss Marvel suit, and a white and green suit, the classic Kree armor suit colors in the comics.
I just remembered for Phase 4, we're going to have to watch Multiverse of Madness again.
I am not looking forward to it. Oh, man. Also, like, oh, man. I took a lot of notes throughout this whole thing. I'm like, a lot of this just doesn't make sense. Like in the very beginning, there's a ship just in the atmosphere. In the beginning, there's just a ship in the atmosphere. And it's just like, sure, it's 95. Nobody's like looking at a telescope and like, oh yeah, there's a spaceship in the
like
sky.
when Ronan comes to bomb the planet and nobody notices.
Yeah, and there's like, oh no. The first time we saw aliens was during the Avengers. It's like, what, guys? Like, what?
It's valid. It's very valid. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Did they really see them though?
The giant ship explodes,
and there's
bro.
a ton of freaking explosions and
there's
missiles.
debris that falls.
MIB style, man. They covered it up.
Maybe.
Also, there's that one scene where Nick Fury's in the car and he's like, "Hey, we're chasing him. We're going after. We're in pursuit or whatever." And then afterwards, he finds out that Coulson is actually a Skrull and everything. And he's all freaked out and everything. And then he calms him afterwards and like, "Hey, where are you guys at and everything? I just left." I'm like, Coulson, you weren't listening to the comms. You didn't hear him in pursuit.
Well, was he on the comms or did he call him?
No, he was on the comms. He had like one of those big, telephone thingies.
Oh, that's a phone, bro.
Yeah, phones were big back then.
Not that big. In 95, they had flip phones, right?
I don't know. Let me look up real
95.
quick.
I don't remember. I was alive. I was, but I don't remember. I didn't have a phone.
My older brother was just barely born.
They were the big ones, dude.
Oh, they were?
It was the big boys.
Okay, so he was on the phone. All right.
I think
sweet.
one of them did have a flip thing, but it was just like the bottom piece, and it would just flip up like a quarter of the way up.
I think it was closer to the 2000s when they started getting smaller and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Then they eventually got like to one of these little ones, like, oh, look how cool, my little tiny phone.
Dude. They were the big boys, dude. Yeah, they were like those phones that you used to have at your house. They were walking around with that as a cell phone.
Okay. Okay. Next list. What are we doing here? Okay. It is time to guess the Rotten Tomato score.
It's the prices. The Rotten Tomato score is right.
What do we think, gentlemen?
79.
79. You really think that high, huh? What do you think, Eric?
I've been like rating the last few super low, and they've all been way high. So I don't know.
I'm gonna say 83.
I don't know if it breaks 80, dude.
Hey, Rotten Tomatoes has been super crazy.
That's true.
So.
That's true. I'm gonna say 76. If it's
Come on,
under
baby.
76, I
Big
win.
money, no win.
All right. It is. Dang it, Nate. 79 on the dot.
Oh,
Baby.
cheats.
Booyaka, 619.
Oh, man.
Rey Mysterio.
Okay. So this is going to be the Nick Fury splurge?
Yeah, it's bad. It's not bad, but it's bad.
Yeah. Anyways, another few marvelous facts for you.
A few marvelous facts.
Nick
I
Fury.
feel like in Civil War, no, not in Winter Soldier, when he's like, "You got to keep both eyes open," and then he flips open his thing, and then you're like, "Yeah, Cat did that to him." It's like
Yeah,
it's not nearly as
it
badass as it could
freaking
have been.
ruins it for me, dude, man.
So stupid.
Yep.
At least have him like fight like the alien version of the cat. You know, make it a little bit more intense. But no, Cat just scratches him.
Yeah.
He's blind in one eye.
I don't
Anyways.
understand. It's because he's so cool with the cat the whole movie.
I know, it
So
doesn't
I'm
make any
like,
sense.
Yeah,
Cats are like that though, dude.
that's true.
well, yeah,
It's also
Still.
a flirkin.
a flarkin.
Flirkin, man.
A flirkin.
A flarkin.
I bet it tastes good.
Oh
By the way, I
god.
think that flirkin is like a cosmic entity because it swallows things like 10 times bigger than it and it just disappears. Got a black hole in its stomach.
Nick Fury tells Goose, "I'm trusting you not to eat me," towards the end of the
That's
movie.
weak.
Shortly afterwards, Goose scratches Fury, causing him to lose his left eye, as seen at the very end of the patch over his left eye. This is a callback to Winter Soldier, where Fury tells Captain America, "Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye." It's like, man, I viewed that so much cooler than you trusting a cat, dude. Like,
It's also like
think about this. Think about this. All right, this is my
chill
this is yeah
about
he's-
losing his eye.
yeah. Okay, and like also my problem with him this whole movie, this is a man who since he was 18 was in the military, and then he was a special agent, and then he was a spy, and now he works for SHIELD. This is a
I
man.
don't think he was a spy.
Yeah, he said he was a spy in
Yeah.
the Cold War.
Okay, I missed that. I thought
So
he was
I'm
just
like,
a
this is a
soldier.
man who already should be paranoid, already should be jaded, because war is all he's ever known. And he's like, nah, cool, man. Yeah, let's just go with it. You know? Yeah, who cares about orders and all? I'm like, dude, I don't buy this. I just don't.
I'm okay with it.
And then,
I mean, I'm okay with it, but Winnie makes a great point.
But he's still super smart, bro, like the entire time,
sure.
you know? It's like he's like instantly sniffing out like, oh, that person's fake. Like you can already tell that he's mentally prepared for aliens to show up.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And
I'm okay with
I
it.
like that one
The
scene.
cat thing is stupid.
Like, I like that one scene where right after the car crash and everything, he gets out all disoriented and he looks at it. He's like, oh crap, it's an alien. First thing he does, put his jacket on top.
Yeah, dude.
Like, good
Yeah,
move.
dude. And it's like when his boss calls him Nicholas, and like it's a little heavy-handed,
Mhm.
but then they still do the little thing. Is like, yeah, you know, just like Havana, you know, to test him out. It's
Mhm.
like that's cool, man. Like, if you were even lazier of a writer, you'd be like, all right, you know, that's it. He knows he's fake.
Yeah.
But I like the little thing where it's like, let me double check. You know?
In the film, Nick Fury loses his eye when Goose scratches his face. In the comics, he loses it during World War II when he catches a live grenade and immediately tosses it. A piece
Way
of
more
shrapnel
intense.
from the explosion embeds itself in his eye. Fury decides to forego surgery to repair it and wears a patch instead.
Like, why didn't they just do that?
That's so cool.
Like when they're on the ship, the lab ship, and the Kree are coming, like why couldn't he literally just do that? Like grab a grenade to save the children and lose an eye,
Right?
you know?
So cool.
Way cooler.
Somebody please think of the children.
Because they had to do. Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
I know,
Because they had to make
so
that
stupid,
so dumb.
bro.
Yep. Samuel L. Jackson improvised checking out the Skrull's junk beneath the sheet. I was like,
I really don't like that.
what? It's cool.
It's so childish, bro.
Got it. You
I mean,
anatomy,
Would
bro.
you do that,
Yes.
Winston?
Well, I don't
Would
know if
you
I
do
would have
that,
done it, but I
Wesley?
would have been curious.
Yeah, right.
Would you do that, Eric? Like I wasn't even thinking about that.
Well, no. I mean, in
And then
those
they're like, "Oh, let me check out his junk."
No,
It's
but,
super weird.
like,
And then
if I was
also, go ahead.
if those circumstances with those two, probably
Yeah,
not.
no, not with your boss in the room. No.
Yeah, they had things to do that
Yeah.
were far more pressing. But I mean, if I was like working at the morgue and like if I didn't have to, I'd be like, you know what? I'm still gonna check this. You gotta check it out.
You guys are funny. Dude, and then also, he does that, and then this is alien Ben Mendelsohn. Like this is, you know, it's a transformed. His boss is like an alien. Like he just saw his friend's junk. Like that's gotta be weird. Like, oh, here's my dead friend. And then now I'm looking at his junk. Like,
He's a
this
soldier. I
gotta
doubt
not
he
be
cares
fun.
that much, but yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But still, it's kind of weird.
And last one about Nick Fury. Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, sorry. Nope, wrong one. Fury mentions that he likes to operate in locations that started with the letter B because he can make them rhyme. In Winter Soldier, Alexander Pierce talks about a rescue mission that Fury initiated against orders in Bogota?
Bogota.
Bogota.
Also, bro, that you said, like, would he disobey his boss? Like, he literally did it in that film.
Sure. No, but that's not the thing is like it's his it's his just like his manners. Like when he's talking to Carol in the bar, you know? And he's just like, she's not a threat. Let's just talk. Let's just chat. I'm like, no. You
Well,
would
I
take this
think-
person like she is a threat and she is a threat of national security. She's an alien.
I'll give you that. But at the same time, like, he also knows he can't do anything to stop her.
But when did that ever stop Nick Fury, bro?
But no, in the future, dude, he has so much more resources.
Sure.
So much more resources, dude. In this one, he's basically just like a beat cop of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Now,
You know? And he, look at it that way, bro. Like, imagine if he's like a detective, you know? Like, he's
Sure.
absolutely going to go in there and try and get on the good side of the suspect and see what's up. And that's kind of how he plays it this whole film, too.
now I like both versions of Nick Fury. I like this version and then what he becomes, but there's just so much that doesn't add up to his personality that we
Yeah.
get. Like he's so like when he's saying like so laid back and like throwing jokes and stuff like that. It doesn't even come close to what Nick Fury is now.
Mm.
So it's just there's we're missing like a key element in
Yeah.
why he is the way he is, if
Yeah.
that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or something that would have been cool is if he was like, oh, you know, joking around and everything. But right when she started talking about like, you know, his last missions or something like that, that you could tell like, no, the jadedness is there. He's just trying to cover it up or something like that. You know,
Yeah, you know?
that would have been cool.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Before we talk about soundtrack, did want to
Ugh.
mention something. Carol left Earth in 1989. When she's talking to like the AI or whatever, Nirvana's Come As You Are is playing. That came out in 91. She technically would never have heard that song unless she heard it very briefly while she was back on Earth.
Yeah, didn't she hear it somewhere? Didn't they play it? No, they didn't play it anywhere.
And even if that was the case, like some random song you just heard very briefly, that's going to be the one that's playing when you're talking to this person? Like, it's supposed to be like, you know, the person you most admire, like this big thing. And I'm like, I don't know. That's my whole thing about the whole soundtrack in this movie.
Dude, they
It's just
blew the
weird.
soundtrack on this film.
Yeah.
It's not even weird, it's bad. Like, they don't use it to build any kind of emotion, whether it's hype, whether it's sadness, whether it's like anything. Because they play like 3 or 4 like classic 90s
Some great
songs,
Yeah.
but they don't have any effect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they play that well, other than the one at the fight scene when she finally has her powers fully, and it's I think it's babe, do you remember what song that was?
Oh, it's the
I'm Just a Girl.
yeah. I felt like even that one didn't hit, but
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't hit super hard, but it hit harder than Nirvana. It hit harder than the other stuff they played, you know. But it's like this film had the potential, maybe not to beat Guardians of the Galaxy, but be like a strong second place.
90s music is
90s
great.
music here, people,
Yeah.
and late 80s music too, and blew it, bro, blew it.
So, but we're doing soundtrack as just going along with the songs, not like putting it to the story, right?
All of it,
It's
bro.
got to fit the movie correctly as well. You can't just throw random songs in there, you know?
Oh man. This is gonna be high for me too, guys.
I don't know, dude. It's just used so poorly. They're just implemented so poorly. You know, in Ragnarok, they like hit you over the head with Guns N' Roses.
Oh yeah.
But like, I respect that more than this. Like in this one, it feels like the music is almost an afterthought, or they're only doing it because they have to because it's the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's so many '90s songs to choose from,
Yeah.
so could have done it.
And they blew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where should I start? Thor: Dark World. That's number 18. Above that, right?
It's above that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, bro, because it's like, yes, it has songs that I like, but they're used so badly. So does that take it down even lower?
Are we
Argument to be made.
seriously starting at 18?
It's above Dark World. Dark World has nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. 17 is Age of Ultron, but they kind of mess up the Avengers theme.
Yeah, but see, like in my opinion, like that's not as bad as what they do here.
Eric vehemently disagrees, I believe.
It, you know, I love the '90s so much that when I hear the music, I just like don't even care what's going on. I guess like I just get into it so much. So I mean, next if I ever do watch this movie again, I'll have to pay closer attention because I think I'm a little biased.
Mm.
But if you guys actually were taken out of the movie, then
Yeah, when Nirvana played, it pissed me off.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I was like, what? This doesn't make any sense. And then I looked it up, and that's why I looked up the exact dates and everything, because it's like, this is wrong. It's just wrong.
And it sucks because, like, dude, Teen Spirit, just the beginning, like that could have brought you into a fight, dude.
Yeah.
Like hard, man. And then just like give us some good rap songs, bro, dude.
Yeah.
There's some good, like the Chronic, dude. I don't know.
NWA?
That might not have come out yet, has it?
wait, 2000. You're right. The Chronic comes. Oh wait, no,
Chronic's
no.
before that.
I'm thinking.
The next one.
What was the one after that though?
But you guys get my point. You know,
Yeah, I
there's just like Blink, bro. Some early Blink stuff. Some early
Green
Green Day. It's
Offspring.
just like
Yeah.
so much stuff, dude. Yeah, and that's just rock and punk
Smashing
rock, dude.
Pumpkins.
Yeah, dude. Like, there's some crazy good R&B that came out at this time. Some solid pop stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they could have done some work with some freaking
Correct.
Backstreet Boys, bro, or some NSYNC, man.
Yeah. Just with everything that, like,
I
don't know, if I was a person in charge,
top 100 for those 5 years.
so it's set to 95. So
Yeah,
it has
let's
to.
look just 95.
So I'm like, it's just, if I was the person in charge of music for this movie, be like,
Oh, bro, you know what the number one song was? Gangster's Paradise.
oh, come on.
Creep.
Oh yeah, radio.
See what I mean, dude? Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah, Seal.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, like
That's my
whoever was in charge of this music they had one job and they did
Blew
not.
it, dude. They blew it. They phoned it in.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm with you, Nate. Let's put it under Age of Ultron because it's just
It's insulting, dude.
It is insulting. Yeah,
I remember when this movie came out. I was like, it's in the 90s. The soundtrack is gonna slay. And no, nothing.
Yeah. When we get to Black Widow, that has a better soundtrack than this for sure because they use Nirvana in that.
I got 5 on it.
Grab your phone, let's get keen. I got 5 on it.
Making Captain Marvel the new number 18 on soundtrack.
Big Papa by B.I.G. It's freaking ridiculous, dude. Hold up. No, I'm going through this, dude. This is just 95. I'm still in 95 right now. These are songs that came out in 95.
Can I do some Marvelous Facts while you're doing it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Marvelous fact.
Thank you. The special key that Veers pulls from her suit to connect with the 1990s tech and communicate back home is later a part of the pager she gives to Nick Fury.
That's cool.
That's why it's so like, oh, a few galaxies. In the comics, Captain Marvel's cat is named Chewie after Chewbacca from Star Wars. In this film, it was named Goose after Goose Bradshaw from Top Gun. I was like,
dude?
Chewbacca's better.
And I swear. That's 94.
Heck yeah, man.
All for one.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep them. Yeah, just keep you. You do the name of the song, and I'll do the artist.
Here's a cool one since we're about to go into action sequence. The older lady's stunt double during the train fight is Haiti Moneymaker. Brie Larson's stunt double is Renee Moneymaker. So there are two sisters fighting each other for a lot of this sequence.
That's cool.
And they making money.
Making them monies, bro.
That's a part that when the old woman starts
from Beck.
When the old woman starts holding her own and like whipping
Getting
Carol
juice.
Snoop Dogg.
From Snoop. Doggy Dog.
I don't understand why the people were trying to stop her from beating up the old woman.
Right when she's like flipping around doing flips and like punching her bag, it's like, whoa, what is happening here?
This is what I'm like,
dude,
I'm out.
No,
Yeah.
no, bro. If you see any fight, if there's any fight going on, especially between two women, there's going to be people trying to break it up. Maybe not you.
Trying to break up her hitting the old woman. And the old woman was doing most of the work.
Speaking of right after that scene, she goes to the bar or whatever, and she's like got a map and everything, and she's looking at it, and then there's a dude with the motorcycle pulls up and everything, and it's like her running away with the motorcycle. I'm like, how the heck does she know how to ride a motorcycle? This person doesn't even know how to use a map. Like, you really think she knows how to? You have to go down first, and then you have to go up.
Okay, one, she was a pilot. Two, she used to have a motorcycle.
Well, but that's her subconscious.
And three,
it's not unlocked yet.
She's used to freaking maneuvering space vehicles and freaking Candor 99.
Exactly. I'm sure the gears actually make sense in that. On motorcycles, they don't.
Nah, bro, I'm sure she could figure it out.
No, it's probably like second
Yeah,
second nature.
nature. But also, I do think it's weird.
Not sense.
Nothing but a G thing. I do think it's interesting that like that guy is a jerk to her, so it's okay for her to steal his motorcycle.
Yeah. Apparently, there was I don't have it in the facts, but apparently there was like an extended scene, and Brie Larson was really mad that it wasn't included in the movie, but like she actually goes into the bar and he starts hitting on her again, and I think she like beats him up and takes his jacket or whatever, and then takes a motorcycle, something like that. I don't know. But she was like, "Oh, I really love that scene."
It's very Terminator-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your clothes. Give me your motorcycle.
Okay. Action C. Which one are we doing?
I don't even know.
Nate, what do you say?
Probably the last one.
So last one where she's like going up in space.
It's huge, bro. It's like the whole lab. It's like basically as soon as she gets her actual powers back.
Okay.
From then on.
I love the way she looks. Like when she like it unlocks and she's like floating, and then she comes back down and just blasts everybody away. Heck yeah. Dope. I actually really like
Bad Boys.
Oh dang. I really like the way her powers look in general. I really
It was a
dig
good day.
Heck yeah.
What is love?
Hideaway.
See what I mean, bro? I'm just
Yeah.
do this all night, bro. They blew it.
They did.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Okay, so we're doing space fight. That's all in space, right? It's almost all in
And
space.
No, it's in the ship. A lot of it's in the ship too.
Yeah, that's in space.
All right, fine.
it's a spaceship.
Baby got jump. Baby got back.
Baby got back.
Jump.
Jump, jump, jump. Heck yeah, that's my
Yep.
Okay. Where do you think this goes, Nate? Are we doing, or Eric too? Are we doing top half,
Going
bottom
pretty
half?
mid. It's going pretty mid.
Pretty mid. Mid is Guardians Final Fight. Above or below? What do you guys say?
Below that. But it's close, but it's below that. It's in
Ant-Man.
the realm.
Ant-Man 2 fight. Car fight 11. Under.
Yeah, go below that. It's not as interesting.
Black Panther T'Challa and M'Baku.
Below that.
Ooh.
Guardians 2 Yondu Rocket.
Yeah, I'd say right there.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh?
why not?
Okay. Okay.
What's the one below that?
Homecoming, the ferry.
Yeah, it's better than the ferry. Ferry isn't that cool. Like
Yeah.
the only cool thing about the ferry is him like pulling the thing
Yeah.
together.
I agree.
Yeah, and Captain America's helicopter scene was way cooler than that.
See, the thing is, I think the thing I have with
Bohemian Rhapsody. No, that came out way earlier, didn't it? I think it
That's
just
90.
went. No, this is 92.
Oh, okay.
I think it just charted at this point because of Wayne's World.
Yes.
Yeah. So no, that doesn't count. That would have been weird if they did that. Cool, but weird. A welcome mistake.
I think that Yondu and Rocket from Guardians 2 goes above it just because it's such a visual delight. It looks so cool, and like one of the big CGI like weird moments for me is when she's going up and doing all the things with the bombs and everything, and it just doesn't look great. But then again, we have the scene where she's like I just said, when she's like floating and she goes down and blasts and it looks great too. Or when she's just standing there or floating there and Ronan sees her and she just goes, it's like dope. So, but it's like,
I think you're right there. So I don't care if it's above or over. It's like right there.
what do you think, Eric? Above or below Yondu and Rocket?
I'm okay with either one. Whatever you feel is.
Okay.
You
up to
can
me.
you can put it below.
Up to me, it's going below. So that makes it number 14.
Dun, dun, dun.
Freaking Bryan Adams, everything I do it for you.
Ooh.
I want to sex you up.
All right, I'm going to get through a few more marvelous facts.
A few mute. A few mute.
A few you.
From your marvelous fact.
In the
I don't
comics, Marvel
Freaking
was a
Good
male.
vibrations from Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Oh gosh.
That would have been funny.
In the comics, Marvel was a male Kree who was caught in an explosion while rescuing Carol Danvers, and the explosion passed his powers onto her by imprinting his DNA onto hers. Doesn't make any sense, but sure. In the movie, this was changed slightly by Marvel being a female Kree who built the core that gave Carol her powers when it exploded. Makes so much more sense. I'm glad they went with that instead of the comic accurate.
I still don't agree with like the abundance of power that she has.
Yeah, she's
From
very
it.
OP.
Yeah.
It's the way they did it. I have no problem with them ending this film with her being that strong, but like build us up, man. Like make it a struggle. Make her earn it.
Yeah,
But she's a Mary Sue character. She's a
we don't get
Superman character.
we don't get the hero's journey here.
No.
Freaking losing my religion.
Oh, REM.
That would
Yeah.
have really fit this movie.
Sorry.
In the movie, Carol refers to Monica as Lieutenant Trouble. In the comics, Lieutenant Trouble, a young girl named Kite Renner, was Captain Marvel's biggest fan and later on became her friend.
That's another reason why this movie matters, because Monica Rambeau shows up again and is going to continue to matter.
Mm-hmm.
Rico Suave, bro.
Oh my God, you would have loved that.
Dude, I would have lost my mind, bro. That would have gone up higher even if it was done terribly, if it was there. I could represent.
And then last one for now. In this film, Talos claims that all Skrulls are shapeshifters. However, In the comics, Talos is one of the few Skrulls who is unable to shapeshift, which is interesting. And speaking of Talos, like this movie,
Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor.
He is on a roll.
Yeah,
I'm just pointing out how
yeah.
many
I
missed
think you
opportunities
proved
we
your
have
point.
here.
But not until I'm done with all the 95s.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm in 1990 now,
Oh my.
so I'm almost done.
Almost
This is the
done.
last one. This is the last one. Ice Ice Baby, the meme. You get the meme one in there.
Okay. I think this movie did a way better job selling the Skrulls
Can't
to
touch
me
this.
than Captain Marvel. Because I'm like, I really thought that they did the Skrulls very well. I was really worried about them coming into this. But them just being like, all right, no, they're just like, they're refugees. I'm like, that is awesome. And then I can totally see, like, when we do get into Secret Invasion, which is again in phase 5, when we get
so
there,
hyped for Secret Wars, bro. In Phase 6.
Yeah, that's years and years.
I've been
and years
wanting
away.
them to do that forever, bro, and I'm so happy we're gonna get it, dude. It's gonna be so hype.
But when we get there, I can totally see if they do go the same route as the comics did. I can totally see how somebody would be, or how one of the Skrulls would just be like, "Hey, remember all that stuff that happened to us that was super unjust and terrible? What? Let's go and like kick their butts. You know, we didn't deserve that. Let's bring it to the fight to them now. You know, totally makes sense. So I loved the way they did that in this movie.
Janie's got a gun. The Humpty Dumpty dance, free falling.
Humpty Dumpty dance. Dude.
Enjoy the silence. Banger after banger, bro.
Yep.
King of wishful thinking.
All right. Let's rank the after.
Shaq. Oh my god.
All right, Nate.
I'm not done.
Yeah, you said 1990. You're done.
I'm still in 1990.
After credit scene, people.
All right, I'm done.
The hairball?
Yes, that's the one.
Nah, the other one's pretty good. I think the hairball is not bad either as far as after credits go.
Nah, the other one's better though, for sure.
Dude, I feel like the hairball, if we did have to rank that, would rank higher than a significant amount.
Oh yeah,
of after credits.
Better than the Duck. Better than the Therapy.
Yeah, better than a lot.
Better than Adam Warlock. Yeah. Anyways, what's the other one? Oh yeah,
it's
them
scene her showing up.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna start.
Honestly,
from the top.
I kind of want to rank the hairball. I like that one more than her showing up.
But the other one's like Endgame, and they also explain like.
Yeah, but it's not. They don't show it in Endgame.
No, they don't. Exactly.
And also, like, we just watched this movie that did not succeed in making me feel hype for Captain Marvel.
Sure.
So her showing up doesn't do much.
But it explains how she got there, bro. That's super important.
Okay.
What do you think, Eric? Which one?
Yeah, where she shows up.
Okay. So, start from the top. We got the Avengers.
Started from the top. Now we're here.
Exactly. The Avengers, Thanos, Ultron, Thanos grabbing the gauntlet. Stop me whenever you guys think. Ant-Man, Falcon and Cap. Winter Soldier, the Twins. Homecoming, Vulture and Scorpion. Civil War, Wakanda and Bucky. Doctor Strange, Thor meets Doc. Thor, Loki with the Tesseract. I think it's above that, right? At least above Loki and the Tesseract. Oh, wow. Okay. I apparently like this one more than.
If you're telling me like which after credit scene got me going more for the next going forward, Loki showing up got me going more than this lady. Like I'm saying, it's like after this film, because it didn't really succeed in like making me hype, it's like, oh yeah, we already know she's gonna be there. Yeah, that's how she's there. We saw in the other movie when he did the pager, we saw the pager in this film.
Sure. Okay. Understood. Number 9 is The Incredible Hulk, Tony walking into the bar. Number 10 is Thor Dark World, The Collector.
We can put it above that. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. Making it the new number 10, right in the middle. And the last marvelous fact for you, I really, Really like this one.
Last marvelous fact.
Let's see if I got any more songs.
Oh God.
I'm sure I do.
The security guard that Captain Marvel speaks to at the beginning of the movie is Marvel's security director, Barry Curtis.
Oh, that's cool.
That was really cool. I was like, heck yeah. Like, if you're gonna, why cast a typical security guard when you've got a typical security guard? It works for you. Yep.
Who I'm sure everybody loves.
Probably. Yeah. Yep.
You keep us secure. Thank you.
Want to be in this movie? We might pay you for it.
Might.
Okay. Eric, it is your time to shine. Where do you rank Captain Marvel in the MCU? Where would you like me to start on your list?
Go ahead and start off at the beginning.
At the top.
Beginnings.
Okay. Number 1 is Avengers, Guardians, Iron Man, Thor Ragnarok, Civil War, Winter Soldier,
God, freaking
Homecoming, Black Panther, Infinity War, Doctor Strange, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ant-Man, Guardians Volume 2, Captain America, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3.
Or above Iron Man 2.
Okay, so just under Captain America.
Yep.
Okay, making it the new number 16 for Eric. Woo-wee.
freaking Dookie came out in 1994.
Yeah.
Freaking Basket Case, When I Come Around.
Oh, gosh, dude.
Idiots.
God.
Oh.
Dude, let me check
Nate,
out the Red
it
Hot
is-
Chili Peppers.
Nate, it is your time to shine. That's
ahead,
enough
bro.
with the soundtrack.
Go ahead, bro.
Where would you like me to start on your list?
From the top.
Infinity War, Civil War, Winter Soldier, The Avengers, Iron Man, Guardians, Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok, Homecoming, Ant-Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Guardians Volume 2, Age of Ultron, Captain America, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Doctor Strange.
Okay, it's above Doctor Strange.
Above Doctor Strange. Okay.
What's below Doctor Strange?
Thor.
What's below Thor?
Thor Dark World.
And what were you saying about it wasn't that bad?
Shut up, Eric.
Your sexist is showing.
What's below Thor? You said Thor: The Dark World.
Yes.
Yeah. Below Thor.
Below Thor. Just
Oh my.
above. So making it the new number 19 on Nate's list. Woo-wee.
How many are there? There's like 22?
There's 21.
Oh my.
Yeah. We've been doing this show a while, guys.
I'm so glad I had my speech. Everything is right in the world.
Oh man, that's funny.
It's Nate doing the switcheroo once again.
You know
Once
how it is,
again.
man. It's not one of our podcasts if I don't make myself look like an idiot.
Okay. And for me,
Poor
man, I think I have to put it above Thor. So starting from the bottom, it's Incredible Hulk, Thor Dark World, Thor, and then Iron Man 3. Yeah, I guess I like Iron Man 3 a bit better, I guess. You know what? No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm going to put it just under Iron Man 2. Exactly, the suit, dude.
Tattoos. No, the tattoos.
Oh, nah. I don't care about the tattoos. Should have gone with a different villain. Just saying.
They got there, bro.
They're
got
hopefully going to get there. Yeah, exactly. Making it the new number 17 on my list. Now, gentlemen, the current Those Who Geek list for the MCU is number 1, Infinity War, number 2, Civil War, number 3, Winter Soldier, number 4, The Avengers, number 5, Iron Man, number 6, Guardians, number 7, Black Panther, 8, Ragnarok, 9, Homecoming, 10, Doctor Strange, 11, Ant-Man and the Wasp, 12, Ant-Man, 13, Guardians Volume 2, 14, Age of Ultron, 15, Captain America, 16, Iron Man 2, 17, Iron Man 3, 18, Thor, And then way down at the bottom, we have Thor, The Dark World, and The Incredible Hulk. Gentlemen, where do we rank Captain Marvel in the MCU?
I can see me going as low as right after Iron Man 2. I can't
That's
I can't
exactly
go
where I
anywhere.
ranked it. Just above Iron Man 3.
Sounds good to me.
Sweet. We are in agreement. That makes Captain Marvel the new number 17 on the list. What a great movie, gentlemen. Am I right? Man. But hey, you want the good
Go
news?
watch The Gray Man.
You want the good news? Eric, what is the next movie we're going to watch in the MCU?
Bro. Finally. God, longest 2 movies in the whole freaking series.
The next movie we will be revisiting is Avengers. Game.
Whatever it takes.
Whoop, whoop.
Should,
Cannot wait.
We should watch this together, Winston.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
What time works for you?
Now,
I can't do it tomorrow. Can't do it Wednesday. You don't have a meeting Thursday, right?
No.
Want to shoot for Thursday? I'll go over to your place.
Yeah.
Well, let me talk to Kaylin. Is there any reason you guys couldn't come to our place?
Don't think so. I'll double check, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll check with Kaylin as well.
Okay. Cool. All right. Nate, do your thing.
Went off on a rant about 90s music and how good it was.
Oh, I thought you were going to go the sexist route.
Yeah, I
and
did
how
too.
sexist I have become.
I thought you were going to go that route too. No, we're going to keep it simple. If you have ever been scratched by a little kitty, if you know anybody that's been scratched by a little kitty, go ahead and let them know about this podcast. Because there's a dude that gets scratched by a little kitty.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that was that. Of course, like, subscribe. Thank you, everybody, for watching and
Sorry.
for the support that you guys have shown us.
I'm sorry.
Stay
Sorry.
tuned. Next up is Endgame. We're almost there. Almost done with phase
I want
3.
to say, Winston says it right. It's all those movies and then a big space, and then it's Thor: The Dark World and Hulk. Captain Marvel is not down there. Captain Marvel is above that big space. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just want to get that clear.
Yep. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, have a marvelous day and stay frosty.
I'm sorry.